Okay, the assignment task for the presentation. Within the presentation, you need to identify and critically analyse a complex, diverse mental health nursing need. In plain English, by identifying a topic, you've already covered that. The critical analysis will be learning outcome 2, your leadership, how you're going to implement it, how you're going to measure it, how you're going to include service users, what the research says about your topic. Also, by handing in that critical evaluation of learning outcome 6, which is about learning and teaching skills, and learning outcome 7, which is about verbal and presentation skills, you'll be capturing this by your reflection. Now, your presentation is aimed at professionals and peers. So when you're in the room, you're going to be saying, these are the leadership issues facing us, dealing with the service users. These are the leadership issues facing us, getting the staff to change their behaviours. These are the leadership issues facing us, working with outside agencies. You won't have to do all of these because your topic will dictate which part of this applies to your presentation. We'll discuss this on Blackboard and in one-to-one tutorials. So the presentation and accompanying reflection should concisely and critically reflect the module learning outcomes. So what this is saying in plain English is, you have to debate the challenges of your project being implemented. You have to debate the research that says that your project needs to be implemented. For instance, we've talked about levels of supervision and attempted suicide so far with students online, or I have had email conversations with students online. And so you need to talk about, we have to get the staff to change the behaviour. We have to provide the staff with some training. We might have to be autocratic for a bit, even though we'd like to use a developmental model. If staff are not going to do the levels of observations as they should, maybe you need to take a transactional approach and therefore remove money from them, or stop them doing overtime, or give them study days, or whatever. The sky's the limit. With regard to outside agencies, your topic will dictate how much interface you need with outside agencies. Your topic will dictate the type of leadership approach you're going to take. With service users and carers, as I've said, I see this as partnership working, which is about therapy, and the word leadership to me doesn't apply to them. You can do it if you want. You will not get knocked down for this. But you have to say, how are we going to include families and carers in our innovation? Some people, when you're doing your 15-minute presentation about what the topic is and how you're going to get the staff to change and what service users and carers need to do to be included, some of you are going to have carers, and some of you are going to say you're going to have carers and clients in the room when you're going to do your presentation. Some of you are going to say you're going to do a focus group with carers and clients. Some of you are going to say from the very beginning, we're going to get carers and clients to help me plan my teaching for the staff. Some of you are going to say we're going to do a survey. Some of you are going to say we're going to do benchmarking, where after 3 months we're going to count how many times the staff spoke to the patients and carers about levels of supervision. The sky's the limit. One-to-one tutorials will help you see the challenges facing your innovation or topic. Now, to critically analyse the causes and nature of the problem and explore holistically the impact on service users, what that means for us is, why did this topic or innovation come about? What's the background to it? What's the national policy connected to it? What's the research showing it needed to be done? You can bring in 1 or 2 bits of evidence if you want, but it's really about, why are you doing the innovation? Why do we need to change? What's the evidence for us saying we need to change our supervision levels? You critically analyse that in your presentation by showing a reference and then talking about it for a bit. The reflection self-assessment will crucially reflect and evaluate your personal and professional development. Well, this will all be done by looking at learning outcome 6, which is about your teaching and learning skills about the project, and then learning outcome 7, you reflecting upon your verbal and presentation skills. The reflection you hand in with your presentation will be included in the marks. Come to tutorials, ask questions in Blackboard. You've got to have this topic by next Monday, man. The topic will help you pick out which parts of the assessment document apply to you. The critical analysis and critical thinking we will do in our tutorials. Measuring it will help you do that. All the stuff I said about how you're going to capture service users will help you do that. Measuring the staff's performance with benchmarking will help you do that. Arguing against the references will help you do that. Tutorials, you need a topic.